This week on State Champs Extra Point, school passing records getting smashed in Indiana. We had drama in the Circle City suburb of Avon. And how about those Kings in Ohio? Explosive. What made the top 5 plays of the week? Let's get it going. Welcome inside the State Champs studios. I'm Lauren Plant, and I'm stoked to be bringing you another episode of State Champs Extra Point. I want you to stick around because later in the show, I'm going to tell you about our brand new app. We want your video on this show. I'll explain later. We've got news that Michigan will be starting back up high school football, so we'll even have more great footage starting up in a couple of weeks. Danny Rogers has a feature on a couple of rival quarterbacks who have quite a bit in common. But right now, let's get to some of the action that took place last weekend in Indiana. We begin with a thrilling Hoosier Crossroads showdown. Hamilton Southeastern traveling to familiar foe Avon. Both teams 1-1. Avon won this matchup from a year ago, 35-27. But it would be the unranked Royals who came out of the gate throwing haymakers. Following a field goal and a safety, HSE up 5-0 in the second quarter. Martise Taylor finding some running room, not brought down before getting into the red zone. Few plays later, the 6'4 QB John McCall on the sneak, failed conversion, Royals up 11. Southeastern back within striking distance next possession. McCall buying time, hit as he throws, Taylor's got it, 10-yard pitch and catch to pay dirt. Royals rolling up 18. The onslaught continued. Senior running back Jace Alexander will not be stopped. Pylon, HSE piling it on, 25-0 lead. But there's a reason Avon is ranked in Class 6A's top 10. They came in averaging 44 points a game. Just before the break, senior signal caller Henry Hessen with the bomb. The 6'5 senior Remington Gall looking like Gronk. 55-yard touchdown. Bleeding stopped. Avon down 25-7 at the half. Because in the third, as night fell, Orioles got their swagger back. Hessen with a dart to Gall in the end zone. Avon now trailed 25-14. They would score 4 unanswered touchdowns to climb back into it, the Hessen-Gall duo dominating. That's what you call same page. 7 snags, 130 yards, 3 touchdowns for Gall. Orioles down just 5, 25-20 with 1 quarter to play. 4 minutes into the fourth, the Orioles take the lead. Hessen to Joe Hall like butter. Hessen, 19 of 29 for 369 yards, passing 4 TDs. Avon with all the momentum. They led 28-25, but not so fast. Royals rumbled up an 11-play, 58-yard drive that ate up 5 minutes off the clock. The junior Blaine Wirtz had a 23-carry, 124-yard night. Hamilton Southeastern back up 4. Then the knockout blow. McCall, 16 carries, 88 yards, 2 scores. The prize fight ends with Hamilton Southeastern besting their rivals from Avon 39-28.
I'm Glenn Marini from the Fort Wayne area for State Champs Sports at Dean Gorsuch Field. 6A number 10 Carroll hosting 5A number 12 Northside, and this one did not lack for offense. Less than a minute in, Carroll on the board. Jeff Becker to Jamison Coverstone. It's 7-zip Chargers. But Northside right back. You're going to see Deuce Taylor hook up with Adrian Sewell. Taylor 381 yards passing, 6 touchdowns passing. But right before the half, you're going to see Becker. You saw the arm. This time, it's the legs, the junior QB with the keeper for a touchdown, and Carroll led 29-19 at the half. Third quarter, the offense, it just kept warming up. Becker to Mason Englert. He's in. Englert, 10 catches, 306 yards, and 4 TDs for the game. And then it's Becker to Englert again. Becker, 460 yards passing, 8 TD passes, 9 total TDs, over 500 yards of total offense for the Carroll QB. Northside firing back as well. Freshman Bronte Johnson. There was over 1,100 yards of total offense, 17 touchdowns in this one, and it's Carroll with the last laugh as Coverstone gets the touchdown grab. Carroll wins this one 76-48 in an offensive shootout.
Everything was working. I mean, it's a team effort. Our O-line had probably the best game they've ever played. Our receivers caught every pass I threw them, even if it was a bad ball. Everything was clicking. We had high energy on the sidelines, so I mean, it's really good.
Jeff can do everything. He's a great QB. Our defense made some stops happen. We had a fumble recovery for a touchdown. They're great.
I'm Grant Pugh reporting from West Terre Haute, West Vigo hosting Greencastle. The story of this game, the Vikings defense. Second quarter, Tiger Cubs down 7-0. Logan Carrington on the keeper fumbles. That is recovered by the Vikings, who continue to pitch a shutout. Tiger Cubs get the ball back again, but this time it's Xander Wilbur and Evan Wyrick with a sack on the quarterback. Just a great night for the Vikings defense. Fourth quarter, Greencastle finally puts a drive together. Carrington to Connor George. He fights for the end zone. That's a touchdown. Tiger Cubs trail 7-6. They go for the 2-point conversion, but West Vigo gets the stop, and the Vikings hang on to win. They are now 3-0, 7-6, the final.
I'm John Rawlings from the Evansville area. We start on the west side. Wrights and Jasper meeting for the very first time in the regular season. First quarter, Cats come out hot. Blake Mann decides to keep it himself, escaping to the outside as he goes in untouched. Jasper up 7-0. Wright's looking to respond right away, but Mann lays the wood, getting it done on both sides of the ball. As we move to the second, same drive, Reed Brickey looking to his left. He hits Isaac Maynard, and the junior does the rest. We're all tied up at 7 apiece. Third quarter, Panthers down by 7 and looking to even things out. Brickey wants the long ball as he rolls out to his right, but Mann was everywhere tonight, going up and getting the INT, and then in the fourth, the Wildcats put it away. The toss is to Caleb Berger, and he is cooking to the end zone. Jasper stays undefeated, beating Wrights 35-14.
All right, I mentioned at the top of the show, we have a brand new feature on our app. You can submit a clip. So if you're at a game, catch something really cool, upload it. We plan to start airing a segment every week with just your clips. So let us share with everyone some of the magic that you capture on your phone. Download the app today. It's available for all Android and Apple devices. Who knows? Maybe your clip will make the top 5 plays of the week.
I'm Chuck Pellerito, and we begin with the Central Buckeye Conference clash. Tecumseh Arrows coming off a shutout Week 1 win. They travel to take on the London Red Raiders, also winning their opening game. No score after the first quarter, and Red Raiders looking to get something going. Isaiah Jones takes the handoff left side, and he's got a huge hole. Big stiff arm, and finally knocked down after a 40-yard gain by the Arrows' Joe Green. That would set them up in great position as Jonathan Schooley gets the handoff on the 4. He'll power his way in. PAT good. Red Raiders up 7. Time winding down in the first half, and Jones gonna do it in the air this time. He'll hit Ethan Miner in the back corner, and he'll just barely get a foot down, but it's enough as the Red Raiders took a 2-score lead into the break. Third quarter, and the home team isn't happy just yet. Antoine Burns gets the call and a great cutback. He'll go untouched for the 23-yard score. London up 21-zip after 3. But the Arrows wouldn't give up. Knocking on the door on 4th down, sophomore QB Nate Corey rolls left, and the lefty hits Braden Burner for the 5-yard strike. But it wouldn't be enough as London holds on to win this one.
I'm Kevin Trzynski, and we head over to a Saturday night matchup. The Anderson Redskins come home after winning Week 1 on the road against Little Miami. They look to keep the momentum rolling as they hosted the King Knights, playing their first game of the season. Knights up 7 in the second. Max Sanella taking it himself from 10 yards out, and it's a race to the pylon that Sanella wins with an outstretched ball. Knights take a 14-0 lead. Knights would score. Ty Stylski gets his second of the night before Anderson answers back. Jackson Kuhn gets a quick screen out to Jarek McClanahan, and he'll do the rest. Dodges a defender and gets Anderson on the board. And still more in the second. Will Coker quickly gets it over to Dawson McCauley. He'll win the 75-yard foot race to Pater, and at the break, Kings were in command 28-7. Third quarter action, and the Knights were still rolling. Ty Sielski takes it up the middle, and he'll get into the end zone for his 5th touchdown on the night. And he finished with 234 yards on the ground, and Knights up 56-28 after 3. There was no lack of offense here, but it's time to show defense some love. The exclamation point on the Knights night. Anderson on the doorstep, but Gabe Hunt is going to jump the route and pick this one off. And nobody is able to catch him on the 98-yard pick six as the King Knights go on to win this one, 70-34, your final score.
I'm Lauren Plant, and we finish up with a trophy tussle for the Battle of North Bend. The defending Division II state champs LaSalle Lancers, fresh off a nail-biter last week beating Elder by a single digit, here hosting the St. Xavier Bombers who travel to Indiana in Week 1, falling to Brownsburg in a nationally televised game. The Bombers lost last year's matchup 22-15, looking to flip the script. Both teams swapped a pair of field goals in the first, but in the second, Bombers Brogan Mackay hitting Terrell McFarland in the end zone, St. Xavier up 10-3. Pick it up in the third. Bombers in the red zone again. Mackay gonna find Liam Clifford on a comeback route, keeps his balance, touchdown. Lead grows to 14. Lancers then showing signs of life. Zach Branham connects with Jabron Payne in the middle, bounces off a would-be tackler, finds Pater from 32 yards out. LaSalle only down 7. Late in the third, Lancers trying to tie it up. Branham searching for his tight end Cole Schneider, but short. Alex Kemper with the INT in the paint. Fourth quarter now. Bombers put this one in their back pocket. Mackay to Charles Kellum, breaks an arm tackle, fires up the afterburners, 67 yards to the house. Game, set, match. Bombers bring the King of the Road trophy back home. They win this one 24-10, the final.
Danny Rogers here with State Champs Ohio coverage. Friday night, the Toledo Central Catholic Fighting Irish hosting Cincinnati signee Brady Lichtenberg and the St. John's Titans. 45 seconds into the first quarter, Titans threatening in the red zone. Lichtenberg the handoff to running back Carson Toth. He's down at the 2-yard line. Next play, Titans snap the ball and it's a QB keeper. Touchdown St. John's, and the Titans will lead 7-0. Back the other way, Irish within 5. Quarterback Bishop Vargas the handoff to senior Prentice Reasonover. We're tied at 7 apiece. Under 3 minutes to go in the first. The handoff to Reasonover is called again. The senior makes a Titan miss big and finds the end zone. Touchdown number 2 for the running back. Central Catholic takes a 14-7 lead. Second quarter action. Lichtenberg drops back and eyes the back of the end zone. Senior Thomas Zyrus with the over-the-back catch. The 35-yard strike has this game tied again at 14 apiece. Irish looking to respond. Vargas this time in the pocket on 3rd and 19. Looks right, finds Jayshun rushing down the sidelines. No one there to stop him. 76 yards later, Central Catholic goes back up a score, 21-14. Another chance to tie it up before breaking for halftime. Titans on the 3-yard line. Lichtenberg the handoff to workhorse Carson Toth bullies his way in for the score. St. John's and Central Catholic are tied up at the half. Titans open up the second half like they closed the first. Lichtenberg searching for a target, finds wide open Zyrus in the back of the end zone. St. John's goes back up 28-21. Irish looking to respond once again on the 4-yard line. Who else but the senior duo Vargas handoff to Reasonover. The spin over a defender to rush this score in. Prentice Reasonover ties the ballgame back up at 28. After Reasonover's 4th touchdown, Irish up 35-28. Zyrus creates separation on the sidelines, crawls into the end zone for a St. John's TD. Ballgame is tied. Prentice Reasonover was not handing this game over, and the senior scores easily. 5 touchdowns for the running back to help Central Catholic rally past St. John's 49-42 the final. Nobody had a bigger chip on their shoulders Friday night than the starting quarterbacks. St. John's Brady Lichtenberg and Central Catholic's Bishop Vargas haven't always been pitted against one another. Growing up, they played on the same Sylvania travel baseball team. They even won a state championship. Years later, they're still talking about it.
It was one of the best sports moments of my life. You know, we knew we were good, but we didn't know we were that good. We just came out, and all day, all tournament, all weekend, we played good.
You know, those are some of my most fond memories of my childhood, and you know, I'm never gonna forget that state championship especially, and hopefully I can get another state championship this year in football.
Back in 2016, the 13U Sylvania Mavericks beat out over 130 teams in the state tournament to take home gold. That roster included two of the area's now top quarterbacks.
We used to call Bishop Superman on our team, and Brady was ice. When the chips were high and the stress was high, he would always be the one that we'd throw in there, and he'd always, you know, the outcome was always good for us. And Bishop was Superman, and he made some of the craziest catches.
Lichtenberg and Vargas hung up their baseball cleats and traded in their Maverick uniforms when they went their separate ways, enrolling in rivalry high schools that meet at least once a year on the gridiron.
It's a friendly rivalry. You know, we don't on game weeks we don't talk much, but we know what it is between each other.
You know, both of us really want to win, and you know, it's a good friendly battle, and we're still good friends to this day. So, you know, that bond that we've had from baseball with Coach Brown and the rest of those teammates has been awesome.
Now, the seniors' biggest connection to one another is their former coach, Brad Brown, who continues to cheer them both on.
When one of your old coaches, you know, he still tells you, he sticks with you, it's more than just a coach.
He's one of the most influential people I've had growing up, and made my baseball years some of the best years of my life. Now, obviously won a state championship, but that was honestly just a small piece of what I learned from him in baseball.
Looking back on it, I think the biggest thing, not only winning the championship, but you know, them being able to be like brothers and have such a close bond, and now see each other succeed at this level is pretty cool.
Because of the holiday, the State Champs Scout Show will premiere on Thursday this week. What's the Scout Show? Glad you asked. Nothing but recruiting news from the tri-state area. Football, hoops, and more. Former Michigan State and professional quarterback Ryan Van Dyke has joined the team to give you some basic do's and don'ts in the recruiting game. The State Champs Scout Show will premiere this Thursday only on the State Champs Network. Time now to take a look inside the football program at Lawrence Technological University.
The challenges were pretty crazy. You know, we lost our entire spring ball, so it was tough to go through that without a spring ball. You know, we lost our spring game, we lost a bunch of practices, especially with what was going on with the changes at head coach and things like that. It was tough. It was tough going through it, but getting guys out over the summer, you know, throwing routes and working on timing, it ended up being all right. We ended up getting a lot of really good work in, but it was still a lot of challenges losing that spring ball practices.
Everyone was really excited to come back for camp. We've all been kind of sitting at home the past 4 months, and we're one of the few teams that were able to come back for a camp. So it's just been really nice being able to get back on the field, and everyone's been really excited just to play some football again.
It's not really hard to stay motivated at all. You know, I love football, and I'm sure a lot of these guys out in this field love football. So, you know, coming back, it's huge. You know, there's a big difference. When you come back to practice, you're ready to go. So there's a different mentality, and there's a lot of motivation out here for sure.
We got people just starting their junior year. We have no seniors on the team. So part of that was we were pretty undersized. So just trying to get in the weight room, get some lifts in this off season was really tough with gyms being closed and stuff. So, but our coaches, Coach Whiting, our strength coach, he was able to find ways around it with self-body workouts, and those were pretty good. And I feel like some people have got some good work in.
It's a really hype moment. I've been missing this a lot. It's been really hard, you know, not being out here at practice. So getting back out here to practice is awesome. So it's a very hype moment, and it's love being out here with the guys for sure.
Best part about being out here with the teammates is the friendships and bonds we build. Just being around everyone, you know, it's just been fun to be around people again and not locked in our houses anymore.
For more information and to even recruit yourself, visit the football page at ltuathletics.com. We had two incredible high school quarterback performances this week. At number 5 in Indiana, you heard about this earlier. Carroll's Jeff Becker threw for 364 yards and 3 touchdowns last week, but this week versus Northside, 460 yards through the air, 8 touchdown passes. He had 9 total. That's a school record. At number 4, what a night in Utah for American Fork, Utah quarterback Maddox Madsen. He threw 9 touchdown passes for an incredible 623 yards in their win over East Utah. That was the second most yards in a game all time in Utah history. To Missouri we go for number 3 in video courtesy KQ2 TV. Pleasant Hill versus Benton, and this is Zach Redwine for Pleasant Hill on the punt return. Won't go down, bobbing and weaving into the end zone. The Roosters went on to win the game. Number 2 and number 1 from Ohio, Ironton versus Gallia Academy. This comes courtesy of My Town TV Sports. Off the punt, check out the intestinal fortitude by Kyle Howell. How did he do that? Refusing to go down, finds his way into the paint. It was all Ironton as they won big 55-7. And at number 1, from our coverage of Toledo Jesuit St. John versus Toledo Catholic Central, St. John's Thomas Zyrus goes up and get it, then carries his defender into the end zone. Gotta love the effort, but Toledo CC did pull it out late. That's our show this week. Thanks to the entire State Champs team, from the men and women filming all the action to our tireless crew putting it all together. We'll see you next time on State Champs Extra Point. State Champs Extra Point, presented by Lawrence Technological University and Lawrence Tech Athletics. For everything LTU, visit ltu.edu. You can recruit yourself to any of Lawrence Tech's 27 collegiate athletic teams by visiting ltuathletics.com.